Hello, my name is Anthony Duval. I'm a graduating senior of the class of 2021 and an English major with a concentration in writing. So, today I'm going to be talking about my internship experiences at Interlink Publishing, which is my third internship at Westfield State University. Interlink Publishing is based out of Northampton, Mass., and run by Michelle Mushabik. It offers a global cosmopolitan perspective with writers from around the world in various genres. It's important to note that I completed this internship remotely. Under normal conditions, this internship would have been completed on site and at the publisher. Manuscript evaluation was the primary coursework that I did at Interlink. While reading manuscripts and giving emailed feedback is at the heart of evaluation, there's a lot more to it. Manuscripts require different types of evaluation, such as fact checking, research, proofreading, and copy editing. For an example, in the screenshot at the top, I have an example of a historical nonfiction manuscript which I was required to fact check and research. I highlighted an unreliable source in red because there was little information on the source's author. The only book review I found on this source was one from the manuscript's author, which is very sketchy. Interlink Publishing provided me with great learning opportunities in the form of a wide variety of manuscripts. While Michelle told me what form of evaluation to focus on, I found myself doing multiple forms of evaluation simultaneously. So if I was fact checking a manuscript, I'd still highlight any typos I found. Perhaps my most valuable experience at Interlink was when I was required to proofread a massive 790-page fiction manuscript. Initially, I reacted much like the guy in this slide. I was worried that I'd never complete it, but I did, and on time. This experience taught me to be honest about my abilities, not to be afraid to take on a challenge, and, most importantly, to keep promises. Internships are a step into the working world, and when you have a deadline for a job, you meet it. I promised I would have it done by a certain time, and I kept my promise. That shows integrity when faced with a challenge. In terms of my least valuable experiences, I'm not really sure what to say. I won't lie, sometimes manuscripts can be very boring to read, especially if they're very long and the subject is dull. But the important thing is to stay engaged. Don't take shortcuts. It's lazy and dishonest. For the most part, I would say that Interlink met all of my original goals and expectations, which focused on learning more about evaluating a decent variety of manuscripts. My only problem was Michelle wasn't able to provide me much feedback, which can be expected with the pandemic. One thing I want to mention about this internship that I didn't realize when I first signed up is that this is a kind of a world literature course without the essays and quizzes. This internship explores the new literary perspectives of marginalized groups from around the globe. Being a part of this publication, uh, you are helping voices that are often ignored finally be heard. At my final site visit, Michelle noted that this type of literature only makes up around 5% of all publications and sales in the United States. In the future, I hope this will change, but being a literary ally is a good start. In summary, Interlink Publishing helped me develop my publishing skills in terms of evaluation, proofreading, copy editing, fact checking, and of course, research. It also introduced me to literature from around the world, which gave me valuable perspectives I otherwise would have never encountered. This internship not only made me a better editor, but it also made me a better person. This internship teaches you to be honest and organized in order to give good feedback and meet deadlines. It also teaches you respect and empathy as you read the intimate stories of marginalized voices. To put it short, you learn to be a good editor, reader, and of course, listener. In terms of how this will help me find a publishing career, um, I'll be able to tell publishers that Interlink Publishing exposed me to a wide range of manuscripts and gave me experience with various forms of evaluation. Publishers want interns that have a decent understanding of the field that don't have to be retrained. Am I glad I took this internship? Yes, of course I am. It was truly an honor to intern at Interlink Publishing. I only wish I would have been able to complete this under normal conditions. Normally, Interlink interns work together to analyze manuscripts, which is impossible due to COVID. Should Westfield State continue this internship? Of course. However, my only suggestion is that in the future, internship coordinators should make sure that Michelle gives enough feedback. While the work I did was excellent, my feedback was essentially non existent. Feedback is invaluable to the growth of interns and must be prioritized. So I mentioned at the beginning of this PowerPoint, this is my third internship. Previously, I interned at the Ely Library of Amber Monroe and at Negatuck River Review and Word Piece with Professor Laurie DeRosers. The Ely Library does an excellent job teaching you about where books end up at the end of the publication process, plus the library staff are very nice. Professor DeRoser's internship introduced me to the inner workings of a publication, and even better, allowed me to travel to San Antonio, where for the AWP Writers Conference, where I was able to network with writers from around the country. And that's it, folks. Thanks for listening.